Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another Rainbow High unboxing. Today we have got the brand new Rainbow High World Tour Bus and Stage for the Rainbow Vision dolls. Now, this is technically a playset, but it's also a car, and it's got some real working lights, a vanity built in, a DJ booth, and a stage. So it does expand to 33 inches wide and 18 inches tall. This barely fits into my filming area, and I had to pull my camera all the way back to get it into frame. I picked it up today at Target for $74.99 because right now Target is running a 25% off one toy promo through the 12th of November. So you'll actually be able to get the $100 tour bus for $75 if you get it in stores soon. Now at $100, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. We'll look. I picked up the house for under $100. And I waited until it was under $100. The only reason I bought this today was because I could get the 25% off, and I figured it'd be good enough to get the video out for you guys. So, looking at the artwork, it's very cool. It's got some real working lights in there. There's a bunch of other pictures on the sides and the top of the box, if y'all can see those. I do not have the capability to really show that off on camera right now because my one light is not going to light that up appropriately. So we are going to just check out the actual tour bus. So as you can see, I am having to pull it out of the area completely to try and get it to open. It's got a couple of things of tape on here. Let's see how much it pulls out in one piece, or if it's going to be a box and a box and a box kind of thing. I'm kind of hoping that it actually doesn't take up this whole space, but I'm feeling like it's going to, because I won't have really the appropriate way to show you guys everything because of how big it is. But I'm gonna do my best. I've got to take it out of the area to take it out of the box. Don't worry, I can go back with it. Okay. Whew. Right. So there it is out of the box. There's just a little bit of cardboard to secure it on the front and back ends. Nothing too wild as far as packing materials go, which is kind of surprising because usually with these doll things we get a ton of packing material in there. But as you can see, it's very cool looking. It's got 360 play, so it does look like a tour bus still on the other side. I gotta take this off at the top. I could figure out why it's not coming out. So it does have a little instruction manual and the proof of purchase things. There are no dolls that come in this, which I get it, it's a playset, but it's also like a playset. You should be able to just buy this and get a doll. So there's also an instructional video, apparently, if we scan that, but I'm going to be going through it with y'all. So in there, apparently, we have a couple of different things. And the battery is apparently under the rear bumper. And we've got a couple of different options for all these things. But let's just open it and see how it goes. And there are actual batteries in there. They're like watch batteries, AG13 batteries. So I'm gonna take the plastic off because I think that's gonna be better. It is folded back here on the rear of the bus. The rear of the bus goes. And then we're going to do this and hopefully get it off in as few steps as possible. Okay. So there were only 2 of these at my Target when I picked it up, but it was pretty shoved in there in the bottom of the shelf, which was kind of surprising. But I don't know. It looks good. I'm trying to get it off without having to take it fully off screen, and I don't think that's gonna work. But all right. Now, if you're not opening this on camera, it's gonna be a lot easier to open. Just FYI. So, it does say Magic on the top. And we've got 6 wheels, so 3 on each side. And it looks really good. There's a couple of scuff marks, but I'm not really too terribly worried about that. Like, this thing is big, even while it is put together. It's got the rainbow sparkle backdrop. Now over here you can see the hinges, and I'm not sure if that's actually not supposed to be up. It looks like it's supposed to be in there. That might be an issue. We'll look at it in a minute. It might just be because everything's assembled in there. So, oh, but look at the front of that. That's cool. Like, you can see, like, that's actually like a plush seat, almost. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. So, there is some more packing inside. So we've got a piece of black on one side cardboard. I'm going to hold on to that. It might be important. But as you can see, that hinge is not connected. If y'all can see that angle. Just trust me, the back lid is not connected right. And then we've got our floor that opens out. So as you can see, we've got the scaffolding. Looks very cool. And we're gonna have to take some more of this out. So what we'll do is we're gonna take all of this and try to get it in there. If my butt is blocking the screen, I'm sorry. This part right here, these hinges form the top where it does say Magic, like I said. It looks a little fingerprinty prone, but we'll deal with that later. We've got some more tissue paper to take out. And I'm not sure how this part... Okay, so our scaffolding does come up pretty decently high, kind of surprisingly so. We've got another little block that comes out of the front compartment area. And as you can see, we're going to start expanding, which is not something I really want to do right this moment. But look at that backdrop inside there. That looks really cool. Like, we've got this whole area, plus the stage, and that backdrop, and the scaffolding goes up. So that's exciting. So we're gonna actually push that down for a second. I'm not loving this mechanism for that, but it works. I'm gonna try to put this lid back on. Because hopefully it'll just fit in there. Because it's very cool, but it's also one of these things that I'm not loving. It's got tension on these little knobs. You guys can see that. It's black on black. So it's not really super visible. But we're gonna try our best to get these in there, even though the tension. There we go. Okay. So when we do that, we've got our scaffolding that comes all the way up. To really show off those heights. As you can see, that backdrop expands further on the inside of the inside of the roof. So it's great. Now we also have our black box, which I'm guessing is going to have our other accessories. So I'm gonna get that open off screen so I can use my box cutter real quick. With how big this is, I'm gonna just kind of put things where they belong. So first thing we're pulling out are speakers, which I'm gonna have to tilt you guys back down there. So we've got two of these big movable speakers, two of these smaller mountable speakers, it looks like. And then we will figure out where those are supposed to go. So let's take a look at the insides of these bags. They're not very heavy, which is kind of surprising. I expected these to be a little heavier. They're very cool. They do come out of that. And it's got a little knob that doesn't actually do anything, but it's very cool. So then we just set it right there. And there's another one that's the same mold. So that's exciting. I love when things are symmetrical. Again, another one for back there. And then we have got our two that are mountable. And it looks like these actually mount onto the DJ booth. So I might have to grab that next. So very cool. They do have that RH for Rainbow High. And again, we got two of those. So not bad. There's its pair. Yes. And then here is our DJ booth, which is kind of cool. It looks a little bit like a front desk for a hotel, kind of, but still very cool. We're going to put it on there. This is not solid, which is kind of disappointing, and not much is really built into this. This is a little disappointing after how good the furniture in the house was, but it's still fun. Let's see, there's a specific way these have to go on. Yes. All right. These have little knobs. These are actually like D-shaped. They're not completely circular. And so you kind of have to just put them on as you're going to put them on, which I don't love the way that one would look. Okay, so there's two different ones, that's why. So that one actually goes to the back. I thought that was going on a little rough. And then this one goes on like that. So those are kind of fun. We've got our little DJ speakers. Very cool. I think these are actually supposed to go like right there. And then the bigger speakers are supposed to be up here in the front. So that's kind of fun. And what would a DJ booth be without a turntable? So that's our next piece that we're opening. Which looks very cool. Again, it's not closed in. And this doesn't turn or anything. I would have loved to have seen them give us actual little disc to go in there, because they've given us small disc before on the the whatchamacallit, the OMG dolls that were the music ones. So that's kind of cool. And this is actually exactly the width of our DJ booth, which is a little like, you didn't really need to make it that on point, because it's just a, it is a little tight. And of course, because DJs use computers now, we also get a laptop, which is right here, which says Rainbow Vision. And it's got kind of a sound mixing thing on there. If you guys can see that. Yeah. Sorry, it's a very dark sticker. But a nice molded laptop, again, like we're used to from Rainbow High. So that's cool. That goes right there. And it's a very cool little setup. So after that, we're going to put our lights up. So we get 4 lights. These are very cool. I'm not sure if they're all working lights or if just 2 of them are, or hell, it could just be just one. So here we go. We've got this one. So it does have a little battery pull tab. So we pull that out. As you can see, it does light up. So very cool. And it hooks in to our scaffolding with the little peg on top. So we can actually side light them like that. And then we just, oh, sorry, I didn't move you back up. And we just like that. As you can see, those lights do reflect off that back part. So that's kind of cool. Again, it's going to be like 3 little watch batteries per light, which is kind of nuts to me because those batteries are expensive, y'all. So here is another one. And again, the same molds. We just take this and stick it in another one of our little peg holes. And it's the same way all around, I guess. So, very cool. I don't know why they combined a tour bus and these, and like the stage, but it's still really cool. I would have loved to have seen them give us like different color filters. That would have been really nice, because I saw that with the, the Snapstar dolls had these little lights that had different color filters that you could put on top of them. And I thought that would be a really cool addition to these. And so we've got our stage fully assembled now. And literally the only things that we have left are this little makeup palette. If you guys could even see that. So, makeup palette with a mirror right there. Kind of fun. And our little folding chair for our vanity. So, very cool. Surprisingly, not as many accessories and like pieces as I was thinking there would be. It's just a little stand. It's got like the Rainbow High kind of like Chanel pattern. And it just kind of sits there like that. Again, here's our little makeup palette. Nothing much to it, unfortunately. Then what we do is we take our stuff and we put it back in there. It does fit in there, it looks like, decently well, but you're not going to be able to put a doll behind there unless you put the speakers off to the sides. And then you pull it forward, and then it might barely fit a doll not on a stand. Because let's see, so this is a normal sized Rainbow High stand. I'm going to try to put it back behind this counter. And just beware, that doll doesn't have a head. So it does fit, and that's about the size of them on the stand. So it's okay. If you were to put a doll back there that wasn't on a stand, it'd be a little lower, but not by much, maybe half an inch. But it looks really cool. Like, that's a whole scene. Whether or not it's $100 worth, I don't know. There's a lot of effort that went into the scaffolding designs. And it's got like the little like concert floor, which is kind of cool for them to like have a dance off or whatever. But I don't know. We will see. Now, our big thing is we can't store those lights on the side. So they have to come into these little things right there. So what we want to do probably is go like that. Actually, maybe not. They might have to be taken off completely. Let's see. So if we push these down, push these back. Okay. So if we do that, so it does close up. All right. So not a huge issue. Not as big an issue as I thought it was going to be on that. And then I'm going to have to close this part up, unfortunately, for us to take a look at the vanity. So the vanity does open up right over there. I have no light on that side. I'm gonna have to rearrange some things real quick, y'all. So that is our vanity area, as you guys can see. Let me tilt you down just a little bit. So it does have this floor that slides out from the bottom. So it does go flush with the back. And then our little stand would fit right there. We could put our little makeup right here. We could put those makeup trunks that we got in that area also. it's very cool. It does have like a film, a protective film uh, on the mirror. There's actually a battery compartment. It's under here somewhere. Sorry, I meant to grab that battery compartment sticker first. Okay, there's a little pull tab that I had to pull. Because we do have little lights that light up. Now you can't really see that with my light on, but as you see that right there, that's how it works. Very cool. It does have a little switch, so you are going to have to remember to turn that switch off. The same with all the other lights. So, but it's very cool. And then we would just take our little vanity and fold it right back up. Right back into there. Move that down and let it pop back in. And we're gonna try to take a look over here at our backstage area. So as you can see, there is a backstage part that has a little guitar area with an amp. Again, we have these physical accessories that we could use also, but still kind of cool. It does like flap out of the way, so this is just like a free floating flap, which is kind of awesome. Unfortunately, this chair doesn't spin. I was hoping that the driver's seat would rotate. So, maybe it does. No. It doesn't really want to, it's looking like. It doesn't look like it comes out either. So, you are going to have to just kind of put dolls in there, which is kind of fun, but it's also a little bit in the way. But we do that, and then we take our dolls like that, and then that little switch closes it back up, and everything is ready to go again. So there's not really any assembly. It's just more like, here, place this there, which is kind of cool. I was a little worried it was going to be a ton of assembly that was going to put these things together. But really, it's not too bad when it comes to the assembly part. But it looks good. Again, we just kind of release our top part, and it goes up like that. And we drop down our floor. It does put it a little bit at an angle up because this hinge doesn't go flush to the floor of like the wheels, because you saw those wheels lean up a little bit. But it's really cool. And then once you do that, all you have to do is take these and pull them back up. So it's not too bad. But as you can see, the doll on the stand did fit back there. A regular doll wouldn't have fit underneath the scaffolding because that one doesn't have a head. So you're gonna have to either put your dolls in the chair in like the front cabin, or you're going to have to just store them separately. But this is very cool. Like, I'm glad I picked this up. I have no idea where I'm gonna put it though, because there's not a great way to just like display this, because the floor part doesn't come off, I don't think. It doesn't look like it does, like the actual like panel. I would like for it to like pop off kind of, but it doesn't. So you do kind of have to have like a big area to display this, or just kind of leave it folded up. But it looks really cool. Like, I am not mad at this at all. It expands. Like I said, I don't really have completely enough room to fully expand it, but it's really cool. As far as the furniture pieces, you really get one, two, three, four, five, six pieces of furniture in this playset, plus like an accessory. If we count the makeup palette as an accessory, I would have loved to have seen them give us like makeup brushes or something. But you know, that's okay. But it does look really good. Like all of this, the mold is really good. Um, so it's very cool looking. But like I said, it takes up a ton of room. Like even when it's fully folded up, it's a really big car. Like it is bigger than the Barbie RVs that we get, which is kind of like a similar playset to this. But it's really cool. Do I kind of wish that it was just like an RV bus, like a tour bus kind of thing with like a bed back here and like a couple of chairs? Yeah, I do kind of wish it was that, because that would have been kind of an interesting thing that we don't get all the time. A lot of times we get an RV and it's a big thing on the inside, and it's like, but a tour bus is not really a big thing on the inside. It would have been cool if like the stage had pulled out from the bottom or something like that, or like the lights popped out of the roof. But this is a really cool set. Like MGA did a good job with it. But it's just kind of at that point where you look at things and you go, is this one gonna be like entirely for me? I don't know. This one I feel like is kind of up to personal choice, just because there's nothing in here I think that's a has to have for Rainbow High fans. But it looks really good. Like the pieces are unique. I don't love how you can still see all of the, like there's all of these little moldings here on the bottom with like MGA 2020 or MGA 2022. Like I kind of wish they had thought that through and not put them on there, but it's one of those things they kind of have to. But just when you're looking at it in person, you can't really see it on the camera, which is nice. But just the way I'm sitting, when the light's catching it, it's all I'm seeing. But it looks really good. The detail in these is spot on. Like the vanity is big. I love that it's got working lights. I do kind of wish this chair was a full chair and not a stool. But that's okay. The chair in the front, I kind of wish it rotated, and I'm going to double check our instructions to see that it doesn't. So it says rotate the door and the driver's seat. I don't see that rotating, but we're going to try again. So we're going to do that. We're going to pass that off of here. No. Okay, so it does turn. You just kind of have to give it a good pull. So that's kind of cool. And it's not plush like it looked. I was hoping it was going to be the same material that the couch was made out of. That would have been really cool. And then, like typical dull seat belts, we are going to lift up the steering wheel, and that's how that works. So it lifts and it goes down, and then that's how we put our doll in. It just goes right in like that. So nothing too complicated. It's a basic doll seat belt. As you can see on the inside, it does have like a GPS and a speedometer and everything. It's got rainbow on there. It's very cool. There's almost enough room for 2 dolls in there. I kind of wish they would put two like seats. Would have been kind of cool. But it's very fun. Like, there's not a ton to really like do in this set, but it's very cool. That's how you would take out the lights and the vanities. So to replace all of the batteries in here, you're gonna need 15 AG13s, which is kind of crazy, and a little screwdriver to take them all out. But still very fun. So that rotates back that way. And we would take this down, put that back in. You do have to close that back up, right? And then it just pops back in. And it's ready to go back on tour. There's no like handle or anything like we sometimes get with the Barbie like vans and things where they'll put like a handle on the roof or something. This is heavy. Like I said, there was not a ton of extraneous stuff in the box. So if you see this in person, give it a lift. Minus, maybe a pound. This thing is hefty. So, I mean, be careful when you're giving it to kids, because they're probably not going to be able to hold it on their own. And adult collectors, be careful if you're going to put this on a shelf or something, just because it's kind of hefty and bulky. But it's very cool. I hadn't anticipated getting it this early, just because I just wasn't going to, because it was, $100. And I thought it was actually more. When I originally was looking at it, I thought it was $120, which I was really kind of on the fence about. But at Target, like I said, it was on the shelf for $99. I got 25% off of that with the coupon, that is, with the Target Circle deal. That is good through November 12th, I believe. So if you see this in Target stores now, pick it up while you can get the discount before Christmas. I doubt it's going to get a better deal than that, because like the Barbie RVs and stuff are excluded from that offer. So I was half expecting to get up there and them say this wasn't going to work with that. But it is not among the listed exclusions. I think that might just be because it's not on everybody's shelf yet. So if you see it at Target in the next couple of weeks, make sure you go through the Target Circle app and get that 25% off to really make it worth your while. Make your money stretch with inflation being what it is. And if you guys have questions on this, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be good.